Hey fourth graders, we're going to be practice making inferences again. But this time, instead of where am I, we're going to practice making inferences on who am I. All right. So remember, when you make inferences or when you infer, you're going to use clues in the text and your prior knowledge, so things that you already know, and you're going to use those two things to make an educated guess. So number one, I have finally gotten used to being weightless. It became a comfortable feeling. I especially liked floating by the window to see the planet Earth below. Who am I? So fourth graders, I want you guys to look at this text, look at the words that's being used, and I want you to find clues. Clues that tell you who this person is. Okay, I'm going to read it one more time since this is our first problem. I have finally gotten used to being weightless. It became a comfortable feeling. I especially liked floating by the window to see planet Earth below. Who am I? Did you guys figure out who this person is? It's an astronaut. So let's see what kind of clue words led us to infer that. Well, first one was feeling weightless. Okay? And then floating. So feeling weightless and floating, these are two clues. And another clue that really gives it away is that he's floating by this window and he sees the planet Earth below. So he is an astronaut. All right, let's try another one. Number two. My father did not like to wear his crown. He said it was heavy and made his head hurt. While I did not have a crown, my parents made sure I had a silk dress with gold thread to wear for the coronation. Can you guys guess? Who am I? Remember, look for text clues. Let me read it again. My father did not like to wear his crown. He said it was heavy and made his head hurt. While I did not have a crown, my parents made sure I had a silk dress with gold thread to wear for the coronation. Can you guess who am I? It's a princess. So, one of the clues was that my father did not like to wear his crown. So, the dad had a crown. But the second clue is that I did not have a crown. So, this person doesn't have a crown yet. So, it can't be the king or the queen. Next, she had a silk dress with gold thread. It's a fancy dress right here. And last, she was going to this very important ceremony, the coronation. These are the text clues that you can read and find and infer that this is a princess. Number three. The crowd began to roar as I made a few practice swings with the bat. The umpire called to me sharply to hurry. I was not in any hurry to face the most famous pitcher in history. Who am I? Take a moment and look for some text clues that might help you figure out who this person is. Okay, are you guys ready? It's a baseball player. So here are some text clues that shows or kind of helps you infer who this person is. Well, there's a crowd and they began to roar, so they're cheering for something. This person had some practice swings with the bat. Not the bat like the animal, but like a baseball bat. There's also the umpire. So think about a sport that might have an umpire. Lastly, he was going to face a pitcher, somebody who is going to throw the ball. So he is a baseball player. All right, ready for the next one? I often work in the early morning when the light is best. The canvas has had time to dry overnight. When I start, I make sure all of my brushes are clean. Who am I? Okay, take a moment and look for some text clues. All right, you ready? It's an artist. So, one of the clues is that she or he is waiting or working in the morning when the light is best. So oftentimes artists, they need good lighting and they have to work under these good conditions in order to paint or produce some art. Next, it's the canvas. Canvas is kind of like a very thick piece of cloth or paper that oftentimes artists will paint on. And usually when you're painting, sometimes you paint on multiple days, so you wait for the paint to dry. And another clue is that this person is waiting and making sure that all of his brushes are clean. So I hope you enjoyed practicing making inferences with me today. Now you know how to make inference based on text clues.